I completed Expedition 33 and all I got was long-lasting emotional damage. I'm old enough to remember when people said Planescape Torment had the best story in gaming, and then The Last of Us came out and threw it in the trash. Well, look who's in the trash now. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has the best writing and storytelling I've ever seen in a game, which is impressive because a lot of it plays out like action figures having a staring contest. That's the thing with this game, it's about duality, so sometimes you'll see beautiful vistas that make your heart soar, and then a dialogue box will pop up with the grammatical excellence of a Twitter post. Slightly off-putting choice by the devs, but if there's one game that's allowed to spell words like a 7-year-old, it's this one. Basically, the story of Expedition 33 is about a group of people that are trying to stop a godlike being, the Paintress, from constantly erasing people of a certain age. It's set in a fantasy world inspired by the Belle Epoque era of France, I hope I said that right, which means beautifully sad music and mimes. It's an RPG, not in the Baldur's Gate sense, but in the Final Fantasy sense, which means turn-based combat. Square Enix dropped it for Final Fantasy 16, so Samful Interactive were like, yes please, we'll have that, thank you, and bloody hell, what a bang up job they've managed. Each character has a unique playstyle and skill set, which means you'll spend half your time in the menu concocting a million devastating combos. The user interface is very Persona, I think, coming from a guy who's never played Persona, and it's easy to understand. The visuals and sound effects are amazing, which means every attack feels impactful and satisfying. The one problem I have with it is the timing of parries and dodges, which you have to pull off in real time to avoid taking damage, except that I have the reaction time of a sloth, so yes, I had to put the game on story mode to not feel like a total failure. Don't judge me. There's an open world map like classic Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, but the main areas you run through are pretty linear with the occasional side path. Still, there's a lot to discover if you're the explorative sort, like outfits, music records, weapons, you know, the good stuff. Also, this game is funny. What the heck? There were a few times I was wallowing in sadness, but then the game pulled a one-liner out of its beret that made me snort, and suddenly I realised that not everything was awful and depressing. That's the thing about life. Hard times are inevitable, sure, but that doesn't mean you should forget about the good times. Honestly, I'm struggling to make irreverent jokes here because Expedition 33 is about coping with death, and that really hits home for me. I'm tearing up now just thinking about it. And yeah, you heard me, tearing up, crying. That's the thing everyone does, and we shouldn't feel ashamed about it. True strength isn't hiding your emotions, it's facing them head on and allowing yourself to heal. Oh look, this game's got me waxing all philosophical. I better end the video here before I end up in a toga. Buy this game!